What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we're back with a brand new ARK insight for you guys today, and that is about the Maywing. Now guys, the Maywing is the ultimate nursing parent in ARK Genesis Part 2. So guys, I've done a bit of testing off camera to see just how this platypus hybrid works, and let me tell you, it is intense. It's really good. But first off, let's start off with the basics. So where it's found, you'll find it in the green ring of the Genesis ship. Generally around the mountainsides and in fields. You can see that there's a couple of them wandering around over here. You generally find them on the mountainsides or in like the open plains, but that's pretty much their location. You just have to wander around for them. They kind of just spawn. As far as I've been able to see, I've seen some all the way up in the northern section of the map at about 30, 75 to all the way down here at about 75, 65. So they can spawn anywhere on this green side as far as I've been able to tell. Let me also just make something clear that this is all my personal testing. So, you know, someone might come along and say that I've done something wrong or something like that, or I've missed something. I apologize if I have. This has literally just come out and I've done as much testing as I can with these guys to make enough for a video, really. And I've proof checked it as much as I could as well. So, as for knocking these guys out and as for taming these guys, they are a knockout tame. So, I don't know what level we've got over here, but they don't have much torpor. Like, I think the one that we've got over there was a 140 knockout, and it had like 900 torpor. So, right here, we've got a level 60, sorry. One of our shots from our darts will do enough, and you can see here that they really don't have a lot of torpor whatsoever. So, they're super, super easy to knock out. And let me tell you, you will want to get one of these guys straight away. Now, as for taming them, they are herbivores, so you can use standard berries. You can also use kibble. Now, from my testing, all stages of kibble actually gave the same amount of taming percentage. Now, once again, I don't know if this is because it's bugged and they just haven't implemented it, but I started all the way from simple kibble, which is the white one that you use dodo eggs to make, and that would give the Maywing 33%, all the way up to the extraordinary kibble, and that would also give 33%. So you can see here we got, well, that was on the 140. This one would probably fully tame it because it's not a 140. But from my testing, all stages of kibble gave the same amount. All right, for example, you guys just saw that, 66%. So what we're going to do, I'm going to speed up time here just to sort of reiterate my findings. We're going to speed up time here, wait for this to drop all the way back down to 0. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it the other piece of kibble, and you guys can see that I'm not an absolute complete psychopath. You can see there's 66%. And that's 2 stages below the one we just gave it. So as far as I've been able to see, I'm assuming it's bugged, but all stages of kibble will give it the same amount of taming effectiveness. I don't know if it's because of the Maywing itself or something else, but that is how it works. So yeah, chuck some berries in it, chuck some kibble in it. You can tame it up straight away. They're really easy tames. They have no torpor. Like, you can get these guys knocked out whatsoever. They aren't bowlerable as well. They are net bowlerable with the new one, so you can use that one to tame them, to hold them. But they're generally pretty slow when it comes to getting away from you. And there you go. There you have it. Maywing is tamed up. Now, in order to craft the saddle for these guys, you need to be level 19. Super, super early level. And you need 170 fiber, 320 hide, and 30 metal ingots. Super easy to make these guys saddles, and trust me, they are absolutely freaking worth it. So we'll just come into here. We do have creative mode active just to help things out for the video. Whack the saddle on it. Now let's go over its abilities, because we'll get into this later. They do not have a gender, which means that you cannot breed your Maywings, which kind of sucks. So yeah, you can't actually breed the Maywings, which, like I said, sucks. Okay, so first off, they only have 1 attack. Actually, that's a lie, sorry. They have 2 attacks. They have a primary attack, which you can see here is used to gather berries. They are a herbivore gatherer. They do not gather branches or trees or thatch or wood. They do, however, gather fiber as well from said bushes. You can see there we've got a bunch of seeds, berries, and fiber. We're going to drop all that. And they do also reduce the weight of berries by half. So as you can see, they weigh, a full stack of berries weighs 5 in the Maywing's inventory. In our inventory, it weighs 10. So they reduce the amount of berries by half, which is really good. Fiber, however, they do not reduce as far as I can see. Yeah, you can see there, they don't reduce the amount of weight on fiber. So, as for their abilities, now, like I said, primary attack gathers a bunch of berries and all that good stuff. Secondary attack is activated using your right click or your right trigger on the controllers. And what that does is a belly flop. You can see there, the belly flop does deal damage. So it is stronger than your primary attack. What we're going to do is, give me 1 second and I will summon something in. Here we go. So you can see here we've got a raptor. That's our primary attack there, dealing 39 damage. Our secondary attack does almost triple that. So you can definitely utilize these guys in combat if you've got a little bit of melee damage on them and stuff like that, because their belly flop also knocks back dinos. You can see how far the raptor goes. So it's pretty damn impressive, these Maywings. So yeah, look at that. So the damage is pretty good. Like I said, the secondary attack is definitely fun to use and it does come into play later on. But for now, let's just kill this raptor real quick. You can see they are pretty formidable foes. Now we obviously have creative mode, so we're not taking damage. But even their primary attack does deal a knockback effect. So I'm also going to just pump a bit of stamina on this guy so he doesn't run out while we're showcasing to you its next abilities, because they are absolutely phenomenal. So guys, obviously in the pictures that we've seen, we know that the Maywing can glide. Whew, you don't know half of it. So the Maywing also has the ability to jump, and if you hold down this jump, you will jump higher. Obviously, press your shift key or your sprint key to glide, and you can glide through the air. Now, a couple of things to note while gliding, you can actually parachute yourself down to where you want to go by hitting your secondary attack again. Now, this doesn't do a belly flop attack, so you won't damage anything. It'll just stop your Maywing from taking any fall damage. Won't take any fall damage to begin with, really, while gliding, unless you plummet straight to the ground. But otherwise, you should be okay and save yourself from using that ability. So, like I said, the Maywing can glide. It does have a dive bomb attack where it does do a bit of a belly flop. So you saw there, we did do the dive bomb. You can see if we plummet straight down, it does the belly flop animation. So you just need to dive straight down. Similar to the Griffin, you don't need to hit any attack buttons or anything like that. He doesn't have another attack where he swipes his bill or anything like that, like the Griffin does. So keep that in mind. But another really cool thing that the Maywing has is the ability to glide over ground and over water. So if you take off, you can see there that we glide, we get going pretty damn fast. But if you decide to land, you can see there that the Maywing will continue to glide on for quite a bit of time. As long as you've got a bit of momentum behind you, you can glide for quite... Look at this, we're still going. So he also has the ability to glide on water. You can see there, it wasn't very deep. Let me find a deeper bit of water over here. Here we go. But these guys are absolutely crazy when it comes to getting around. Look at this. Look at that. Absolutely nuts. It's incredible. Now, they are also really great swimmers. Look at this. Obviously, they're half platypus, so you would expect them to be super duper fast, but you can see here just how quick they are. Definitely a multi-universal mount that you can use for pretty much everything. As far as I can tell, however, they are not able to harvest anything underwater. They can't use their secondary attack. They can still use their primary attack, and they can jump out of the water, though. So keep that in mind. Now, another really cool thing about the Maywing is that you can also glide upwards. You can see there, obviously, we didn't have a lot of momentum behind us, but you can glide up mountains as well. And he does have a very similar feature to the Roll Rat. Now, I do apologize, guys, if this is a lot of information coming your way. There's not really much else I can do, but I'm just trying to cover everything in regards to the Maywing. So it's pretty crazy. Now, another really cool aspect of the Maywing's gliding ability is that you can attack mid-air. That's right, you heard me correctly, mid-air. So if we were to glide and we want to attack something, you can use your primary attack and it will stall in the middle of the air and you can attack and continue gliding on your, on your way, which is absolutely awesome. Even the little animation that he does is pretty damn incredible. So the Maywing is really awesome at that. You can also store yourself like that if you really want to in the middle of the air as well. But you really don't need to. This guy is absolutely incredible. Now, he cannot climb up walls or anything like that. He doesn't have a sticky ability like the Rock Drake or the Thylacoleos or anything like that. So keep that in mind as well. But you won't need to with the way he glides and his climbing ability. So that's everything in terms of traversal. We're just going to head back up to the Maywings that we have at the top here because we've got a couple of things that we want to showcase to you guys with the Maywing. But as far as I can tell, these guys are absolutely flawless. They are some next level dinos. Obviously, they're genetically engineered. There's our Maywings. So they're obviously going to have the best of everything. But this is the part where you guys have come to see. So, as you can see, we have a Maywing nursing this adolescent raptor. If we were to pull this raptor out, he should actually be fully grown right now. Yes, you can see there. Oh, almost fully grown. Should have left him. Can I pick him up again? Okay, cool. So the Maywing can carry the babies up until they're adults. Now, obviously, you guys just saw the raptor was 98.2% of the way being to an adult. So I just wanted to see if we can actually keep the raptor in the saddle while it's an adult. That's the only thing I haven't tested. While that's happening though, here is a level 1 Maywing. So this is its base stats for you guys that want to see. 700 health, 450 stamina, 400 weight, 88 melee damage, and 100% taming effectiveness. Now these guys also have an extra stat called nursing effectiveness. Now this is a really cool stat in that it will increase the rapidity, is that a word? Rapidity of the raising dino. So our raptor raised at a pretty fast speed. And obviously we haven't pumped nursing effectiveness on this guy. We did test it with another one. And it made them go up quite a bit more. Obviously an extra 10% more. So this scales off their movement speed as well. So you can move faster with them. And their nursing range also increases. So you can see there before it was 1,000. Now it is 1,110. Obviously, we've only pumped this one up one level, but it's only got 1,010. So that is the effective range that they are able to take care of your babies. They pretty much act like a feeding trough. Now, one thing that I'm slightly disappointed about, as far as I've been able to tell, is that they do not actually imprint your dinos. So this raptor here, we imprinted ourselves, the 50%. And I do have a couple of raptors up here that we can show you that are producing some eggs. So I can show you that they don't imprint on them. They don't do any imprinting, which kind of sucks, but nonetheless, that is okay. Otherwise, I guess then it would be way too easy. So we're going to hatch this egg here. You can see we've got a baby raptor, level 1. Its food is currently depleting at 118 and whatnot. So the cool thing about the Maywing is, like I said, it's a trough. You will need to put the corresponding food in the Maywing's inventory in order to feed whatever babies you have around you. So for example, if we come into this raptor's inventory, you can see that its food is draining. If we were to have the Maywing pick it up, you can see there, the Maywing has picked it up. It is now in the saddle. If we come up to the raptor, we access its inventory, you'll see that its food is still draining because there is no corresponding food in the Maywing's inventory. So if we come into the Maywing's inventory, you can see there's no meat. If we quickly just spawn some in, you will see the correlation that the raptor will actually have its food start going up. So you can see there, the raptor's food is slowly raising when it wants to eat. Is it because you're trying to eat out of that one? Are you just not hungry? What's going on, little dude? There you go. You can see that it is eating the food. So it was just at 108. I was like, this is embarrassing. I did this before and it worked fine. So the raptor will eat the meat. What we'll do is we'll just slow-mo up a bit so you guys can see. And you'll see that its food, well, it's obviously still alive. You can see that its food hasn't depleted. So it will eat the food out of the Maywing's inventory. So make sure that you keep your Maywing stocked up with food for the babies. Now, like I said, they do not imprint as far as I've been able to see. If we remove the raptor, you can see that it wants care in 12 minutes. We will bring you guys back in 12 minutes and show you guys that the raptors will not imprint with the Maywing. However, even though they're not in the basket of the Maywing, because we still have the nursing active, we do not have to worry about raising up the raptor because it will still have access to the Maywing's inventory of food. So these guys are pretty damn awesome if you ask me. So the raptor here, you can see it's coming up for an imprint. And yeah, this is the only thing that I find kind of sucks because it says they were engineered to be the ultimate interstellar wet nurse. However, they don't imprint. So if we come over here, you can see that the raptor wants imprinting in 20 seconds. Okay. Here we go. You can see that it wants to go on a walk, even if we put it in the Maywing's saddle. It will not gain any sort of imprinting over time. We'll speed things up again. you can see that its imprinting is not raising whatsoever. So the Maywings do not imprint your dinos. Kind of sucks. As far as I've been able to tell, they do not imprint your dinos. So keep that in mind. You will still need to raise them yourself. But in saying that, you can actually transfer the babies and carry them with you wherever you go. So that if, you know, you don't want to leave, or you want to leave your base and do some material gathering or anything like that, you can actually bring the babies with you and imprint on them on the go, which is phenomenal. It's like, it's great, because before you would have to bring them in a cryo, you know, you could have to change it. You could subject them to getting killed or whatever like that. You know, there's some really bad stuff that could happen. So you've got that option. Now you can also carry 4 babies at a time in the Maywing's saddle. So keep that in mind as well, up to 4 babies, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, but the only downside is that it obviously cannot imprint on your creatures. But it does act like a giant trough feeding babies of all stage. And it's a super easy tame to get. And as well as that, it is an absolute baller at getting around. So I would heavily recommend getting yourself one of these guys if you haven't already, especially with Genesis 2 pretty much just releasing off the bat. But as far as I can tell, that essentially covers everything about the Maywing. As far as I've been able to tell, I don't think there is anything that I have missed as far as I can see. Oh, and obviously they can still enemy baby creatures. So the way that works is you obviously go into their base, and if they have babies that are out on the floor or anything like that, you can come into the Maywing's inventory and pick up the baby. You'll get this radial wheel, and if they're in range of the nursery range, you'll actually be able to pick up that baby. The only thing I don't like is that you can't actually see the range. There's no not command or just setting to actually see the range of the Maywing, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah, so if you want to steal your enemy's babies, all you need to do is enable nursing, go into a base, and pick up some babies. And that is essentially everything. Okay, guys, and I apologize. Earlier I said that they could not mate. However, after doing some testing, they actually can. So even though the gender is NA, they are still able to mate with each other as far as I have been able to tell, which is, not going to lie, a little strange, but we'll see the egg come out. And then we'll probably hatch the egg just to make sure that we're not going crazy. Okay, so they give live birth. Are they must be, what's the right word? Oh my god, look at their babies though. They must be, I can't remember what the word is. Multi-gender to enable them, I guess. Sexually dimorph, I think it is, or something like that. The babies are pretty cute. I think, no, platypuses aren't that. Maybe they are. No, platypuses aren't sexually dimorphic, I think the word is. But they can mate, so there you have it. They are able to mate, and you produce offspring, which is unexpected. So I would try and get on this as soon as you can, because I think this might be patched. I don't know. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, guys, let's move on. But yeah, I would heavily recommend getting these guys if you haven't got one already. And as far as I'm aware, 100%, that covers everything about the Maywing. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. This is going to be the first of many ARK insights. And hopefully, yeah, you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.